Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I just want to mention, say a little prayer to yourselves for men and women in the armed services, that everything will end soon, and God bless them and their families for their sacrifice. Thank you. This meeting is convened in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act of New Jersey. Let the official minutes reflect that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by publishing a notice in the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger on Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, and thereafter posting same on the Town Hall bulletin board for such notices and filing. Same with the Township Clerk pursuant to a resolution adopted by the Township Council on Thursday, January 1st, 2026. The meeting dates have also been posted on the Township webpage. Roll call, please.
Councilman Bradley. Here. Councilman Bianchini.
Here.
Council Vice President Iveson.
Here.
Council President Zukosi.
Here.
Councilman Coleman.
Here.
Councilman Haber.
Here.
Councilwoman O'Toole.
Here.
All right, so moving on, number 5 is the minutes. I need a motion, please, for the last meeting.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second. Motion was made to approve the minutes from the April 8th, 2026 council meeting by Councilwoman O'Toole, seconded by Councilman Bianchini. Councilwoman O'Toole.
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini.
Yes.
Councilman Bradley.
Yes.
Council Vice President Iveson.
Yes.
Council President Zukosi.
Yes.
Councilman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilman Haber.
Yes. Okay, moving on to number 6, we have the resolution honoring National Poppy Day. So, everyone down in the well, please.
Next marijuana day.
Okay, so what is your name, please?
Elizabeth DeBecca.
And what, you have a title, or?
I am Poppy Chairperson for the American Legion Post 129 on Church Road in Township, New Jersey.
Okay, all right, thank you. So, Claire, you care to?
You're the council president.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Would you like me to hold it for you?
No, I have it, thank you. So, Township of Toms River, Poppy Proclamation, April 22nd, 2026. Whereas America is the land of freedom, preserved and protected willingly and freely by citizens, soldiers, and whereas poppies are worn and displayed as a symbolic tribute to our fallen and the future of living veterans and service members, and whereas at the end of World War I, the American Legion adopted the poppy as a symbol of freedom and blood sacrificed by troops in war times, and whereas the use of the poppy symbolically comes from the poem in Flanders Fields, which begins, in Flanders Fields the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, referring to the poppies that sprang up in the churn earth of the battlefields across Belgium and France where soldiers died fighting. And whereas the red poppy has been designated as a symbol of sacrifice of lives in all wars, and the American Legion family has long utilized the red poppy as its official flower. And whereas the American Legion and its auxiliary have pledged to remind America annually of its debt through distribution of the memorial flower. Now, therefore, go ahead, say it.
Therefore, I, Daniel T. Robert, and the council.
Thank you.
And the council. Go ahead.
Do hereby support the designation of May 22nd, 2026 as National Poppy Day, and encourage all citizens, residents, and visitors in Toms River to pay tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the name of freedom by wearing the memorial poppy on this day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You want to say something?
Thank you very much to the Township of Toms River for making this our Poppy Month. It's official. We also will be distributing poppies in Toms River at the Boscos and ShopRite and at the American Legion. So if anyone is interested, that would be very nice. We would appreciate it. Thank you again, Council, Mayor,
Great.
and audience.
Together, we were at the Little League grand opening this weekend. A young lady named Ariana did this amazing job singing the national anthem. We tried to get her here tonight. They were unable to make it, but they're going to be here next council meeting. So make sure you tune in for that. I have always known we have the best baseball teams in Toms River. What I did not know is that we have some of the best singers in the United States as well. So, Council President, you did a phenomenal job. You did it. You did it. Yeah. Thank you for all that you did.
I didn't want everybody to think that when I said I, Daniel T. Robert, I
You're too tall. You're too tall.
was. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Text the resolution.
Okay, Mr. Clerk, you want to pick it up on number 7?
Yes, so moving on to item number 7 is an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, authorizing the mayor to execute and the township clerk to attest to a renewal lease agreement with Dockside Marina LLC to lease a section of block 1097.01, lot 172 for township-operated recreational kayak launch and associated amenities. This is a final reading, so it requires a public comment.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience that has comments on number 7 on this ordinance? All right, I need a motion.
Make a motion to move 7.
We have to close it. We have to close the public comment before.
Motion to close public comment.
Is there a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Okay. Now, we need a motion to,
Motion to move 7.
Second.
Motion to approve item number 7 was made by Council Vice President Iverson, seconded by Councilwoman O'Toole. Council Vice President Iverson?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole? Councilman Bradley?
yes.
Councilman Vicini?
I have to disagree with this for the simple fact there was issues over there at Jamestown Village.
No, this is
Oh.
number 7.
Oh, okay, yes, I'm good with 7, I'm sorry. Okay, good, I'm sorry.
Yes. Council President Sikosi?
Yes.
Councilman Coleman?
Yes.
Councilman Taylor?
Yes.
Item number 8 is an ordinance implementing a new affordable housing zone to be known as the EMF 23 multifamily zone attached as Exhibit A to generate 42 affordable units at Block 610, lots 1, 2, 3, 5, 11, 30, 31, and 33, also known as Jamestown Village. This is a final reading, so again, it requires public comment.
Is there anyone in the audience that has a comment on number 8? If you do, please come forward. State your first name, spell your last name, and your address for the record, please.
Brian Lauer, Lower, 119 Walnut Street, Palm River. Is that all you wanted? Initially?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time, I appreciate it. As I stated my name and where I live, I'm in possession of this certified letter from the Township of Palm River as a result of EMF 23 multi-zoning. It's an ordinance implementing a new affordable housing zone. Our property at 119 Walnut Street, which is block 60902, lots 14, 126, and 128, are in close proximity to Jamestown Village. I stood before this very board, maybe not the same members, but the same board in 2021 in opposition to a proposal to add 142 units to Jamestown Village. The board rejected the proposal due to zoning limits.
I have to ask you, when you say board, was that the zoning board or planning board or council?
Good question. It may not have been this board, but it was a board.
My assumption is it would have to be so. Would have to be so.
Okay, thank you. All right, so
So
proceed.
maybe it wasn't this board.
Okay.
So it wasn't council, it was probably zoning.
Okay.
Well, I stand before you today in opposition to EMF 23 zoning, multi-family zoning at Jamestown Village. Well, I'm not in opposition to your creative proposal for affordable housing. I'm just against it for Jamestown because it's in close proximity to our house. And the biggest reason is due to density of the amount of apartments on that street. For example, current apartment complexes on Walnut Street are 1, Walnut Bay Apartments, 83 Walnut Street with 100 units. Number 2, Enclave Walnut Apartments, 91 Walnut Street, 20 units. Number 3, the residence at Walnut, 47 Walnut Street, 36 units. Number 4, Paradise Club Apartments at 17 Walnut Street, 78 units. Number 5, Walnut Hollow Apartments, which is 5 Walnut Street, 38 units. Walnut Grove Condominiums, 14 Walnut Street, 16 units. Condos at 103 Walnut Street with 8 units. And then lastly, Jamestown Village, which currently have 338 units with a proposed 42 more. It's going to bring it all these totals of 676 units on Walnut Street. Those are comprised of 1 and 2 and 3 bedroom units. So they may not all be occupied, I understand, there's some vacancies, but that's a lot of individuals on Walnut Street. I think Walnut Street has provided a lot of affordable housing, and I think we should be given the recognition of our contribution to affordable housing in the township and give us some relief from adding 42 more. May not sound like a lot, but some of the issues that were brought up at the zoning were parking issues, the trash removal, where it stood, the open space, the playgrounds were going to be removed. There were some zoning issues with fire alarms, which were going to be upgraded on the new units, but the old units were going to remain substandard for our current zoning. And lastly, there's a serious flooding issue on Walnut Street, and I would really like to somehow be informed of how the runoff is going to be handled and if there's going to be a retention pond or some type of pond. I see a lot of new construction going on, and everywhere there's construction, there's a retention pond that's built. So it would be really nice to know if there's going to be some type of flooding mitigation. Thank you for letting me air my views here. I have one more thing I want to bring up. As a property owner and in close proximity to Jamestown Village, this letter was to notify me of the zoning limits being approved. I mean, the letter, I believe, is because there's zoning limits that are going to be approved that maybe are outside the normal zoning limits. And I don't think it's unreasonable that I ask that the public be informed of what all the zoning limits that are going to be exceeded be provided to us so we can see and be informed as to what exactly is going to be happening. So it's at least, it's very apparent for us.
Council President, do you mind extending his time, please?
Please continue.
So that's really pretty much it. Like I said, I want to applaud you for your creativity. I'm not opposed to the affordable housing in general. It's just at Walnut Street. Please consider my concerns and discuss them among yourselves. We appreciate it.
Before,
do you mind if I just jump in and
I
answer
was
some
just going to
questions?
say, you can speak first if you would like to.
Thank you so much.
And you can explain
Thank you.
how we got here.
Yeah, it's, first of all, I would like to apologize on behalf of the town. No one wants to see more apartments. We worked very hard to limit the amount of construction, and we did get a great deal. But again, it's, we live near Walnut Line, Walnut, correct?
Yes.
Just so you recognize, they were a contestant. So when we filed our plan and came to an agreement, they filed as a contestant. So there were certain people that get to file, and then if you don't provide the number of units, they get to build those units. So these folks would have gotten to build them anyway, except by settling with them, we got the number down as opposed to them doing an 80-20. So if we had a hole for 42 units and they did an 80-20, we would wind up with 5 times that on Walnut Street, and it would have been awarded it. So you have to, I learned this through the process, you have to put to bed these contesters. There are various folks that contested the plan. They were one of them. The only group that we did not settle with, because we were able to meet the number by them, was the Meridian Towers. They are also a contester, but we managed to meet the number that we needed to meet, so we were able to say, hey, no at that point. But if we didn't line up the number of units, they would have gotten to do them anyway, except they would have gotten to do 5 times that. Just so you know. If that's any consolation to you, I just thought I would share that. As far as the retention ponds, that's just required. Whenever they build, they have to have an engineering plan, and that plan needs to handle, runoff. They're engineers, they're smarter than I am. They have formulas, and they will make sure that it has proper drainage, and that's usually part of the code, I believe. We can have our engineer get up and speak if you like a little to it. It's my understanding we have to build these retention ponds now, always when we develop it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I totally understand the numbers game. It was identifying the locations of the numbers. And had it been triple or double at Jamestown, I don't know if that's the case. I just don't know. But I understand your numbers. And
They don't know, we don't know. So when they contest, they're like, we want to, they contest, and we say to you, okay, we'll let you do it, but it's got to be 60 or 70% affordable, whatever it was, 60%, 50%. And they get that agreement, and they lock in, because they don't know what the court's going to do, but there is a possibility that the court just says, sure, there's a hole in the plan. You can fill it, and that's why you're supposed to satisfy, in this process, try to satisfy all of the contestants first until you hit your number, because they're able to come back. They have legal mechanisms once they file. It's a very, very complicated process. I do apologize on behalf of the town that there'll be more development there.
all right, and lastly on that retention pond, it wasn't in the plan, like in the drawings that we had available, there was no retention pond that was planned in that drawing that I saw. So
Well, the drawing that you saw is not, it's probably just a concept in that it hasn't been engineered, it hasn't gone through zoning, it hasn't gone through planning. So really, it's just, what you're looking at is a sketch,
Okay.
not an engineering plan.
all right. That's why I just feel like if we have access to zoning.
You will, and that's the thing. This passes the council, this is not the end of it. It needs to go through planning, it needs to go through zoning.
Good.
You know, there'll be plenty of opportunity for you to try again.
Try it, and that's all I can do.
No, you may, the board may see fit, but we have legal obligations as a council and as a township. The zoning board has their own, it's an independent board, so things could change and you'll have an opportunity there.
Are the 42 units, you know what's 1, 2, or 3 bedrooms, was that identified?
Personally, I don't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not any information I received on that.
I believe, this is a guess, and I don't think we have it here, but I believe that that's determined by law, what percentage of the affordable housing you build is 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. I think that's set by statute. Do we have, this is in here. He's supposed to be here.
It's just we don't want another red carpet, moving in front of a red carpet in Jamestown with all 1 bedrooms, because 1 bedroom.
No, it will not be, it will,
Okay,
right.
because it went from red carpet to Hojo's.
It will be balanced. I believe it's balanced by statute.
Okay, thank you. Any
Okay.
other questions for
Any council members want to make a comment to this gentleman? No? All right, thank you. Okay, is there anyone else, please? Close public comment.
Motion to close public comment. Second.
Second.
Motion to close public comment is made by Council Vice President Knight and seconded by Councilman Coleman. All in favor?
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none? Okay, entertain a motion for ordinance, the final reading, number 8. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion was made to approve by Councilwoman O'Toole, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilwoman O'Toole?
Yes.
Councilman Aber?
Yes.
Councilman Bradley?
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini?
Like we started to say previously, there was a lot of concerns about this area being overdeveloped already. For that reason, I vote no.
Council Vice President Iverson?
I understand the stormwater runoff concerns and the mandates that the town is under. This is the lesser of most of the evils, so I vote yes.
Council President Scosi?
We were presented with one of these options last December, and we were under the deadline to come up with solutions. Is this the best solution? No, but the problem is going forward is, what does the township do when we're directed by the Trenton to build these affordable housing units? You know, where do we go? And it's a bargaining item with these builders and everything, and I'm not ashamed to say I don't understand it 100%, but this is in my ward, Ward 4, and I hate to have more building in my ward, and I have my opinions where it should go, not there, but so I'm going to vote yes on this, because we have a court date coming up, and this is part of the order from the judge in the settlement, so I vote yes reluctantly.
Councilman Coleman?
Yes.
Item number 9 is ordinance implementing a new affordable housing zone to be known as the HBMF Highway Business Multifamily Zone, attached as Exhibit A, to generate 4 affordable units through the construction of 2 floors atop an existing 2-story retail and commercial structure at Block 796, Lot 3, commonly known as 2008 Route 37. Again, final reading.
Okay, is there anyone in the public that has a comment or questions about number 9? I need a motion, seeing no closed public comment.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Okay,
Motion to move 9. Second.
Motion to approve item 9 was made by Council Vice President Iverson, seconded by Councilwoman O'Toole. Council Vice President Iverson.
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole. Councilman Bradley.
Yes.
Councilman Miyashini.
Yes.
Council President Sakozy.
You see how we're trying to meet our quota? This is for only 4 units, so, and we got to get to that magic number, and I vote yes.
Councilman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilman Avery.
Yes.
Item number 10 is an ordinance enacting an amendment to the existing Cooper-Claudina redevelopment plan in order to generate 6 additional affordable housing units by increasing the permitted dwelling unit per acre from 10 to 18 in the Cooper-Claudina redevelopment area. This is a final reading.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience that has a comment or questions about ordinance number 10? Yeah. I need a motion to close public comment, please.
Council President?
Yes.
I would just like to interject that this is actually the prior round. So these units are part of prior round. So just so you know, these were slated for that and they're not part of the current round. I don't believe it.
So what are you saying? 3?
So we can use them in this round, but they were part of the third round.
The third round, okay.
Yeah, so you know, they're nice new apartments built over by the VA. It's in there.
Yeah, okay. All right, thank you for clarification. All right, so did we close public comment yet?
Not yet, we need a motion.
I need,
Motion to close.
okay.
Motion to close public comment is made by Councilwoman O'Toole, seconded by Councilman Bradley. All in favor?
Any opposed? Hearing none? Okay, I need a motion for number 10, please.
Motion made.
Right, okay. And is there a second? Councilman Coleman made the motion. Councilwoman O'Toole seconded.
Motion was made to approve item 10 by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilwoman O'Toole. Councilman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole.
Yes.
Councilman Bradley.
Yes.
Councilman Miyashini.
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson.
Yes.
Council President Sakozy.
Yes.
Councilman Avery.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to number 11.
Number 11 is an ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA 40A4-45.14. Again, this is a final reading.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience that has questions or comment about number 11? Well, it has to be somebody, this is pretty important.
Just, would you like me to jump in?
Well,
We can have
let's
Don.
close public comment first then. All right,
Motion to close.
is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Mayor, you have something to say on this?
Yeah, just so everybody recognizes, spending is down another $1 million this year. So what this does is it allows us to hold on to that for a future time. Taxes.
Wait a minute, say that again, please?
It's a great, it took me forever to learn this myself, but there are 2 caps. There's a
Oh, no, but how much are we down? What was that number?
$1 million this year.
Oh, $1 million, okay. I thought you said
So
11.
is it-
$1 million.
No, we were down 11 million the first year.
Yeah.
This year we're down $1 million, but we're down $1 million year over year. But what happens is we're not raising taxes, but because we went down in spending, you're capped on the way back up at a rate of 3.5% a year. So if we're going to give raises to our police officers, and to some of the other bargaining units this year. We're going to need to be able to cover that in the following years, which won't require raising taxes because we did such a good job saving money, but it will require potentially more spending, unless we find other cuts. So we have to bank that, and you're allowed to do so by law.
I heard you say they require us. Who's they?
The state.
The state.
Yeah, the state has a cap, when they cap taxes, they also cap expenditures. They cap taxes at an annual increase of 2%, which we've been flat for 3 years, but they also cap expenditures. So when we went down the way we did, now to climb back up, you can only climb back up at a rate of 3.5% a year. So it's important to take that and put it in this invisible bank so that if we need it when we give out raises, it won't require tax increases, but it will require spending some more money, potentially. So you gotta bank that for future years.
For the life of me, I can't remember if we did this last year in the budget.
You do it every year.
Okay.
You do it every
That was my question.
Yeah, every year. And I did not do it and refused to do it on the tax side. And I did that to make sure that we're not raising taxes.
I want to ask you a basic question, please. So if we put the cap rate at 3.5%, and we have to use that, where is that extra 3.5% coming from?
We have the money, she showed that I worked like 60 million in surplus, so not only are we a little healthy, we're like incredibly healthy. Because
so this money is going to come from the surplus if we need it?
Well, it doesn't have to, because right now, the tax rate was based on a $147 million budget way back when, right? And we greatly reduced that budget, so you won't have to raise taxes. The money's there. The money's there, but you're not allowed to allocate it at a rate faster than 3.5% a year. We've had years where we did not grow spending, but you want to put that aside in case there are unforeseen circumstances with new contracts, which are, even when you give a contract 3.5%, you got to move people on a dime. It may be 8.5% on average for our officers when they move up the dime and get a raise. So it becomes very costly, and you got to just make sure that we have the ability to spend it. We certainly have it. Taxes are low, spending is low, but you have to have the ability to spend it, and that's why you have to balance it.
Okay, thank you.
It's a rule, it's an accounting rule, but nothing more than that.
Thank you, Mayor. Does any council members have questions on this? No? What? Nothing? Okay. All right, okay. So, we need a motion then for...
Motion for approval.
Yeah, let's go. So,
Do we have a second? Motion to approve was made by Councilwoman O'Toole, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilwoman O'Toole? Councilman Aber?
Yes.
Councilman Bradley? Yes. Councilman Mincini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Magnuson?
Yes.
Council President Zuccotti?
yes, and then we have the budget coming up in the next meeting or two, so we could talk more about this then. So I vote yes.
Councilman Coleman?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to number 12, it's a first reading.
It's an ordinance of Toms River amending 2310 of the Toms River Code and defining official business for the purpose of municipal vehicle utilization and establishing restrictions on use. This is a first reading.
Okay, so it's not open to the public?
No, it's not.
Okay. All right. Is there any discussion from any council members?
Yeah. We've already discussed this, and the mayor pretty much makes less than the majority of the other mayors, and they all get their own cars, their own vehicles. I just pretty much, he also offered to give the car if the insurance was dropped. You guys dropped the insurance. So I'm voting no against this because I just
Well,
think,
it's just comment right now.
okay.
Okay.
So like what I understand, you just said, if I give up my insurance for him using a township vehicle for his own personal use, then you'd be okay with it? It takes a lot of nerves. I've sat in this council meeting for years on end, and he's telling that Kevin's out there stealing gas. You don't think he's stealing gas by going to his personal job during the daytime? You think that's okay?
Just say that.
No, I'm just saying, that's okay. He's got, yeah, in town. I agree with you. I think he should have his own township business. I think he should have it in his car. I think he's going 20 hours a day. But I don't think he should be taking up down Morgan State Parkway.
Wait
I
till
think
you
that.
please.
Now, I would agree with you. I think the mayor should get a township vehicle. He should use it at his pleasure, any place in Tom's River. And also, out of Tom's River, if it's the League of Municipality, go out to Trenton, anything with official business, not to go to yourself. The DPW workers can't take their vehicles to go to Home Depot and go shopping during the day or after work and take their lumber home to do. I don't understand where you're coming from. I mean, am I making sense or not?
Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else have comments? No? No?
Motion to move 12.
Second.
Motion to move item 12 was made by Council Vice President Iverson, seconded by Councilman Bradley. Council Vice President Iverson.
Yes.
Councilman Bradley.
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini.
Yes.
Council President Sikosi.
I want to vote at the end, please.
Okay, Councilman Coleman.
No.
Mr. Cole, I have a question for the attorney. Quiet, please. Thank you. Would this be a conflict of interest if somebody has a car themselves? I don't know if the councilman still has his car, but is he able to vote on it? Does it present a conflict that he has a car? You don't think so?
So can I get a car?
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
There's plenty of, Council President, when everybody's through, I'd love an opportunity to speak.
Okay, wait until after the vote.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so, read the,
So that was Councilman Coleman, Councilman Aber,
No.
Councilwoman O'Toole,
No.
and Council President Sikosi.
all right. So before I vote, everything that Councilman Bianchini said, I agree with 100%. No one's taking the car away from the mayor, okay? Also, I don't think any council person in my history of this town, any councilman having a car. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. There's a lot of firsts here. So the mayor has every right, according to our ordinance, to have a car, use it in town, use it for official business, put gas in it for official business only, but it's not written in our ordinance, I believe, my opinion, that he can use it for personal use and work. So, I'm voting yes on this.
Moving on to item number 13 is a resolution of the Township.
Okay, pardon me.
So, as I said,
Yes.
I just want to be very clear. I've already stated that we're perfectly willing to not use an automobile anymore, even though every mayor gets an automobile, even though they do get it as part of the compensation, even though I'm paid half of what other mayors of big cities make. I would give it up, no problem at all. And we had 2 ordinances on 3 the last time around. I said if you guys are willing to take away the health benefits from MUA commissioners who only serve a half an hour a month and pay $40,000 a year, we pay for that, for them to be there for a half an hour a month, that I would gladly give up the car because that would save some real money. I also said, and as far as the ordinance and the policy and the ordinance, the chief of police, the business administrator, and the mayor do get a vehicle for personal use. It's in there. It's in the policy. So it is part of the compensation, but I would gladly give it up if you folks would save the taxpayer some real money. Again, per person at the MUA, if they're all on a family plan, you're talking about $250,000 versus a car that's a 6 or 7 year old car. Like I said, I gladly hang up the keys in town hall and never use it again, even though it wasn't purchased by me.
Mayor?
Hang on. And finally, like I said, we did this already, but you guys tabled those ordinances and then stuck this back on. I'm perfectly willing to give it up. Again, you know, Dave, how much work I put in, how much time I put in, and you know, to be on council is 2 meetings a month, and for most people, they just hang it up and go home. You know, it's a 24-hour job. So, as for example, Mr. Council, and some of the councilmen up there, I won't name them, but if they're on a family plan and they get the $10,000, it's $50,000 a year for 2 meetings a month. The mayor's job is a 24-hour job. I make less money than the guys who cut the grass. I get a health policy, and I get a car. And the only people that are really muttering in the back are the people from the political club. Everybody else is listening. See, there you go.
Quiet, please.
But that's okay. Like I said, I will give it up. Just give me an ordinance, take it away from the MUA and take it away from council. I'll sign them all. Thank you. That's all.
Mayor, the only way I can respond is when you had the majority of council and yourself, I asked you in an agenda meeting one time, about the car. Okay, and we talked about the 2003 car that Mayor Kelleher had at the time, and thank God it's still being used. You donated it, so.
It had $7,000 on it, so he drove it around quite a bit.
That was the time that you should have changed the ordinance or did a proposal on that. Okay, when you had the majority.
Lastly, the other thing I want to jump in on, just lastly, and this is a legal matter, and there are some lawyers up on the dais that you could ask. This is also an administrative function, which is why the current ordinance states the mayor sets the policy, council ratifies the policy. It's again one of those Faulkner Act issues that we've been talking about having you guys go to school and take some classes on. Policy, administrative functions are administrative functions. You get to vote on the policy when it's set. You had an opportunity to vote on the policy, but you don't have a right to set policy as a council. So I will give it up. Like I said, I will give it up if you guys give up the health care, if you take it away from the MUA. I mean, the MUA is ridiculous. Once a month, half an hour meeting, horrible. Full health plan?
Mayor, so I'm glad you brought up the classes for the government, and the clerk can testify. I'm in town hall like every other day, sometimes every day, and I ask them, whenever the class is coming up, they're working on it. I want to take the classes in person. I want somebody here. I don't
She's
want
coming. She's coming. She's on vacation. We got somebody who teaches at the league. She teaches courses of legal municipality. She has an extensive legal practice as well, and she's in it.
As if I recall, you wanted it done within 60 days.
No, your resolution says within 60 days of the passage, but obviously if we don't offer the class time, we're not going to take the pay away. We couldn't do that, right?
Question.
We couldn't do that. If we don't offer it to you, we couldn't.
Okay.
So I just wanted to add one thing, because the mayor wants us to get involved with the Faulkner Act and all that stuff. I was at the League Municipality, and I actually did go to a finance class down there, and they're very formal and very educational. But one of the things I took, and I have it on my phone because I knew that this was going to come up down the road, it says no use of government equipment or vehicles for personal business. Plain and simple. I don't know if it takes a rocket scientist or a different attorney to figure this out. This is what I learned at the New Jersey League of Municipalities. I didn't make it up. I took a picture on a screenshot. So maybe he's got connections, but here it is right there.
You're incorrect. You're just incorrect.
All right,
I'll say
You're just completely incorrect.
We're moving on. Mr. Clerk, please, we're on number 13.
Item number 13 is a resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the award of a professional services contract pursuant to a non-fair and open process for special counsel to the Township Council.
Okay. Is there, do we have to open this on?
No, this is just a resolution.
Right, okay. So, any discussion from any council members?
Any chance I would be allowed to speak?
Of course.
I would my opportunity.
I read the resolution, and I don't think that while there are some very, this is specifically the 13th, I'm not talking about 14. I do think there are some very limited situations in which special counsel can be appointed for the council. The situation based in the resolution itself has not occurred, so I don't think this is a legal resolution. I don't think there's any legal backbone to this resolution.
I would like to jump in as well before everybody votes.
Okay.
Okay, so again, I think what he's referring to, what the attorney is referring to is the conflict counsel. So had we pursued the council over those unconstitutional rules at the beginning of the year, yes, we would have to provide an attorney to represent your viewpoint. That would be a conflict attorney, but you're not permitted to advertise or select. Even when under Faulkner, the administration advertises, the administration selects,
Actually,
and then
can I correct you? It's actually not in the state statute, it's actually in the township code.
to the township code, but it's also part of statute in the Faulkner Act. The administration and strong layer form of government advertises, selects, council votes on. So also what Mr. Penny didn't say, because he probably didn't want to be controversial, is he spoke to both of these attorneys who have acknowledged that this is not a legal appointment and recognize that they're not able to build a town upon further review. And the one gentleman was here at the last meeting that said he was no expert in the Faulkner Act. So upon review of that and upon receiving a phone call from the township attorney and a certified letter, both of these attorneys from 13 and 14 have acknowledged. And I know Councilman Bradley, he pointed out something really, really intelligent about being able to appoint non-fair and open. That is allowed, but again, that's not a function of council. So I could appoint someone who doesn't donate money to any of you, as long as they haven't donated to anyone. I could appoint someone unfair and open, and you could vote on it, but you cannot appoint. You would have advice and consent. So again, the courses will be coming up around the corner. We'll get her in here to help you guys out. I appreciate all that you are doing as far as the affordable housing. I'm glad this was a civil meeting. I have nothing further to say tonight.
All right, thank you. But I take your advice, okay, but we're going to proceed anyway.
Okay, and again, if the mayor is correct, I have spoken with both attorneys. They agreed with me, and they've been informed that they're not to conduct any work on the town's behalf.
Well, so be careful that you don't get stuck with the bill.
Okay, all right.
That's the truth of the matter. So they bill by the hour, so, you know, if you call them, they might be billed.
Thank you, okay. So, you already read this, I forgot.
Yes, it was read,
Okay.
so we just need a motion.
All right, is there a motion, please?
Make the motion.
Motion was made by Councilman Iveson, seconded by Councilman Bianchini.
Correct.
Council Vice President Iveson.
I feel as though we do need our own council because, no offense, this council does not represent us. He actually calls us liars. He was going to sue us, and he's supposed to be our council. So I vote yes.
That's not true.
You've never called us liars? I've heard you. Oh, you are.
Just,
I'm a liar. Oh, see?
Councilman
This is
Bianchini.
why we need our own attorney. I vote yes.
Tom, let's leave it settled, please.
Councilman Bianchini.
I respect Mr. Zingari, professionals and everything. He did mention that he has some, oh, it's 113 here. But yes, I'll vote yes on that.
Councilman Bradley?
Yes.
Council President Zagozzi?
We need a second opinion, so I'm voting yes.
Councilman Coleman?
No, until legal, so the answer is no.
Councilman Avery?
No.
Councilwoman O'Toole?
Nope.
Okay. All right, thank you. We're moving on to number 14.
Council President, I just want to interject one other thing. We'll do one more second, I'll be real short.
Okay.
The other thing is at the last council meeting, it was represented by some folks up on the dais that the gentleman who you wanted to appoint to advise you on affordable housing was an affordable housing guy with this extensive experience. And it turns out, respectfully, he's sure he's a great lawyer, but he's not representing a single municipality in the state of New Jersey in round 4. So, again, this is why you put it out for qualifications, and you see what people have done, and then the council votes on it. And I believe the current affordable housing day, you voted for him. So, and you know, we got us a really good deal. So, again, he hasn't done anything for any other town this round. He recognizes that he can't be appointed and he can't be built, so all this is symbolic.
Thank you. So it's on the record, but we knew that. Thank you. All right, so number 14, read that into the record.
Number 14 is a resolution of the Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, authorizing the retention of Special Affordable Housing Council by the governing body.
Okay, is there,
Motion to move 14.
Can I just speak real quick? Just like two sentences, really short.
Go ahead, please.
So while there could be a good faith legal discourse on the legal power of number 13, I think resolution 14 is especially weak and unconforming with the law, because if you take this at its face, you're basically saying that the council has the ability to double hire any professional that has been provided by the mayor and then approved by the council. So what, we're going to have 2 labor councils, we're going to have 2 condemnation councils, we're going to have 2, just because you guys don't get along, that's not how the Faulkner Act works. You can't, that's not what it does. And like I said, I've had a nice conversation with Mr. Zeniak. He's a esteemed attorney, his reputation precedes him, but he hasn't done any fourth-round work this year, and he agrees that this is probably not the way to effectuate what you're trying to effectuate.
Okay, well, I find it strange that he hasn't told us how he feels, but he told you, so, all right, but this is only, so we're not done with the affordable housing units, okay? So we, no disrespect, we want another opinion, and we're all grateful that you are really making an attempt to bring us on board and discuss the options that the town has with land, builders, all that, and hopefully we could
Close
close the deal with the remaining affordables that are left, and so.
The other thing to throw out there is, did anybody on council advise these folks that they would also have to fill out extensive pay-to-play forms if they were going to be appointed unfair and open? Isn't that correct, Ms. Gallagher?
Okay.
So just let the record show that our CFO, Ms. Gallagher, said that they would have also had to fill out extensive pay-to-play, because you can't
And if
appoint
there was
somebody
somebody to do
without
that, then
a bid.
it's moot.
All
right, so I lost track again, apologies. Not the Vice Chair, Tom Nidison made the motion.
He did make the motion,
Is
yes.
there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion was made by Councilman Iverson, seconded by Councilman Bradley. Councilman Iverson?
I vote yes. If we trusted our own attorneys, we wouldn't even be discussing 13 and 14, but we don't.
Councilman Bradley.
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini.
Yes.
Council President Zakozy.
I'll vote last, please.
Councilman Coleman.
No.
Councilman Aber.
No.
Councilwoman O'Toole. And Councilman Zakozy.
Yes. Thank you. All right, moving on to the consent agenda. We move-
So, can I make a point of order, Council President?
Yes.
So this was given to me right before the meeting from the dais. Do you want me to read it now, or should we wait?
Oh, that's the police?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I thought we were gonna put, oh, okay, that's number.
Whenever you guys want to do it.
Yeah, read it, and it's number F, I believe.
It's a resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, authorizing the township to join the Cranford Police Cooperative Pricing System Identifier 47 CPCPS and authorizing the purchase of 15 four-wheel drive vehicles from Axis Chevrolet utilizing Cranford Police Cooperative Pricing System Identifier number 47 CPCPS in the total maximum amount not to exceed $841,875.
Okay, thank you. All right, does any council people have discussion on A through F on any item?
So, do you want to vote on that individually since I read
No,
that?
he just said A to F, so he,
So we're going to call that F?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
he said F.
Motion to move the consent items. Second.
Motion to move the consent agenda without pulling anything off was made by Council Vice President Iverson, seconded by Councilman Coleman. Council Vice President Iverson,
Yes.
Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Council President Zakozy.
Yeah, it's A, B, C, D, E, and F. Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
and Councilwoman O'Toole. That brings us to the reports.
Any discussion? Looks pretty good.
Building department.
That's going to be, April will be in May's meeting, the report, so, yeah, that's why it's not on. Okay.
Then I'll make a motion to approve. Then I'll second it.
Motion to approve the reports was made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Bianchini. Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson,
Yes.
Council President Zakozy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Aber,
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole. Moving on to the approval of the bills.
I need a motion.
Second.
Motion to approve the bills was made by Councilwoman O'Toole, seconded by Councilman Coleman. Councilwoman O'Toole.
Yes.
Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson,
Yes.
Council President Zakozy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Aber.
I have to abstain from PO number 26-01578, but yes, I'm all good.
That brings us to public comment.
Is there anyone in the audience that, okay, please come forward. State your name for the record. You can take the mic, hold it. I'm good.
My name is Mark Mutter, 53 Mile Road, Toms River. Tonight I would like to talk to something different than affordable housing.
I just wanted, for some people you might not know, Mr. Muller was the township clerk for many, many years, and he was also our mayor. here in Toms River. So he's been decades of civil service in the community, and he's a good guy. Thank you. Go ahead.
Tonight I would like to talk for a few moments about liquor licenses. We have in Toms River over 50 licenses. Licenses for consumption, bars and restaurants, licenses for distribution, liquor stores, and licenses for social clubs. They are all regulated pursuant to state laws and local ordinances. You, the governing body, the town council, you are the issuing authority. You annually renew existing licenses, you transfer licenses, and you activate dormant licenses. The municipal clerk administers all of this. It is one of the most important of all of your many responsibilities. Tonight, I wish to speak about one license in particular. It will be coming before you soon, and I ask that you start thinking about it now to give it additional consideration, as there are grave concerns, safety concerns, about it. In 2024, the Planning Board approved an application for a site plan at the intersection of Hooper Avenue and Fisher Boulevard, the old Monty's Restaurant and Bar, and golf ball driving range. The board approved of this land use application for a bar and a restaurant to be combined with an active shooting range. Yes, a shooting range. The liquor license for this bar at this location is now inactive. But when the current construction is completed and the bar is ready to open, it will come before you to decide whether to activate it. Most licenses are routinely renewed, transferred, or activated. But when it comes to this specific license, I urge you, the council, to give it the very highest level of consideration. Is it really a good idea to have a facility serving alcohol, to have a shooting range as part of it? Is it really a good idea to have a facility serving alcohol, to have a shooting range as part of it? No doubt about it, liquor and guns are a dangerous mix. And I need not remind everyone that a short walk from this property are an elementary school, intermediate school, county college, and church. I ask that you have a law department research what can be done about this. Yes, the planning board can give its land use approval, but it's just that, a land use approval. But it is you, the council, who govern the liquor license. Should activating the license be denied? Should it be activated? If activated, can reasonable restrictions be imposed on the license? If so, what kind of restrictions? Authorize the bar to be closed when the range is open, or vice versa? Prohibit the use of certain types of ammunition at the range? Require security officers at both the range and the bar? You need to seriously consider rejecting the idea of having a complex in our town that combines a bar with a shooting range. And this means rejecting any request for you to approve of activating the license. At the very minimum, you should get advice from law enforcement professionals, the local police department, and county sheriff and prosecutor, as to how to handle the alarming potential situation of guns and alcohol at one site. As the former clerk of our town, I'm aware of no similar situation in all of New Jersey, the combining of a bar with a shooting range at one property. And trust me, I'm not against guns. We all have Second Amendment rights. But it is not unreasonable to be worried about guns combined with alcohol at one property. This is a matter of grave concern. It's all about safety. Since this may very well be a matter of first impression in all of New Jersey, perhaps the State Alcohol Beverage Control Commission should also be consulted. I dealt with them as clerk on enforcement matters. They are the experts. When this comes before you, probably later this year, whatever you do, please think long and hard about all of this, remembering that public safety and the protection of life are the highest calling of public service. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Good evening.
I just want to let you know that the live feed is cut. Julie Adamant, 69 Cedar Grove Road. First off, I wanted to talk about this first reading with the personal use of the vehicle. I know it won't be for a final vote until the next meeting. However, I want to bring to everyone's attention, Councilman Coleman, you must vote abstaining. I don't care what the legal counsel for this government says, that is unethical behavior. Lamb had voted on an ordinance that benefited him personally with the seller's CO, and he was called out on it. And subsequently, he called out Cozy and told him he could not, pretty much insinuated he could not vote on any issues in the downtown area, which he complied with because he owned property in the downtown area. You have a vehicle for personal use, which is very, very questionable, why we are paying our tax dollars for you to have a vehicle, totally inappropriate. But it would be totally unethical because you're already benefiting from this, and you would benefit if it went your way. So you better think twice and sleep on this, because it's totally inappropriate what you've been doing for the last 2 years. And if you vote, it's not an extension, that is totally a conflict of interest and unethical. As far as the mayor coming along and then trying to veto that, which he's been doing with every other ordinance or anything that you try to pass as the council majority, that also is inappropriate because he already has a vehicle and he's benefiting. So that is a conflict of interest, and I think that the state can look into that and investigate this particular matter, because people are supposed to be neutral and unbiased when they are casting a vote and not have a personal interest or a personal benefit to this, things that they're voting on. So I just want to say that. I want to talk about the animal shelter again. There was I came across an Observer Reporter article from April the 3rd of 2014. And this was about a month after the animal shelter was open. And the article was called Adopt a Pet from the New Shelter. And in that article, it stated that the shelter was not only a state-of-the-art facility with approximately 8,000 square foot, and it noted that the kennel housing for the canines had clear walls rather than cages or bars. And the animal control officer explained that research has shown this type of kennel helps the dog stay calm and less inclined to bark. It had a capacity of 30 dogs and 70 cats. And we know the dire situation we are in Toms River without having a shelter, and the county, the disadvantage the county has, since we only have presently the northern and southern county shelters open. And the brick shelter is only for brick residents, so it doesn't really count. The shelter that sits empty and we pay a mortgage note on had cost about $2 million to build, according to this article. It was equipped with a surgical suite. It had a grooming room. It had a free roaming cat room, a 7-day hold cat isolation room, automatic lights that conserve energy, 20 by 60 foot concrete covered dog runs, which made outdoor exercise possible in nearly any kind of weather. There were 4 outdoor kennels for staff and volunteers, and plenty of room to train and socialize animals. And we had animal control officers, according to the article, who were on call 8:30 to 4:30, 7 days a week, while the police took nighttime animal calls. So we've lost a lot of services by this closure of the shelter, and 50% of the Township population, since that's about what the population is that owns a pet, have lost a significant thing with the closure of this shelter.
All right, thank you. I would have to, if you could make a copy of that article for me, and then I'll make more for the council members. Okay, thank you. Yes, good evening. State your first name and your last name for the record, please.
Dr. Zarkavilla, 752 Jacqueline Court. I just want to raise the question, not question, more comments about the, I think it was 13 and 14, the resolution ordinance cases regarding the township attorney. I'm just noticing that the township attorney seems to pick apart every resolution ordinance that comes on the table that essentially the mayor doesn't agree with. So if nothing else, I think that's very much justification for you guys having your own counsel.
Okay. I just want to say it's only a coincidence. Okay.
So, I mean, it's just something that I'm sure I'm not the only one.
I'm trying to defend you.
Right.
Okay.
But I'm not the only one that notices.
All
And
right.
I just want to
Okay,
point that
it's out of
out
line.
because
I would just like to add that it's not even about defending one person or the other. It's about whoever is drafting these ordinances, certainly very amateur.
Now your time.
okay, well,
But
It's not your time.
hold on, no. Yeah,
No,
no.
I'm allowing you to speak.
It's her time.
Please, we're doing so good.
Doesn't matter, this isn't a debate.
I have a question because another caveat to what I
To
was
who?
to him.
Okay.
Because another caveat I was going to say is,
Do you want to
where are
answer the
you?
question?
You asked me a question,
Yeah,
I want to
no,
answer.
I'll let him speak. But, so my question is then, where are you when they're drafting these ordinances resolutions? What support are you providing them then?
They don't come to me for support. They avoid me because
Well,
they know that I'll give
trust you
them,
because
they'll know that I'll give
you're
them,
a
they'll know that I'll give
liar.
them, they'll know that I'll give them the facts that these resolutions are not well thought out.
You've literally called them names of your enemies. It's like, there just needs to be more
Well, they've never
professionalism.
called names, they're in.
Look, I'm not defending them either. I think overall, this meeting has been very
I will
civil,
say-
and I'm hoping it continues to be that way.
I will say this very simply. These resolutions, in my opinion, have nothing to do with who I'm for, which I'm not, I'm here for the township. They do not conform with the law. They don't. And I discussed this with the gentlemen that are attempting to hire, and they agree with me. Now, they're not going to do that for political reasons, they're not going to come out and tell them that. But,
Okay, thank you.
okay, you can think about that.
Thank you. Yes.
Tracy Fournier, 15 North Jonesbrook Drive. Just a quick question. What would a reasonable amount of time be to wait on an Oprah request before I file a denial of access complaint?
I think it's 7 days.
It's not 7 months.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. State your first name and your last name for the record, please.
Carlos Anderson, how's it going, guys? First and foremost, if you guys have the video for the regular meeting, I think you should guys have the video for the public comment. It's one of the most important because it's the people that are voting you guys in, and this is the only time we get to have our voice expressed.
Okay.
So, sir, this is the 3rd time this happened. The next time
No,
this
it's
happens,
more than that.
well, since you said that this would not happen, this is the 3rd time. So next time that this happens, sir, I don't know what you're gonna do, but you're gonna hold yourself accountable for this. And you're gonna hold whoever's turning, whoever's turning that switch off, guess what? Their paychecks will be turned off as well.
We can't do that. And I have no control over that gentleman.
So who does? The mayor only?
Yeah, the mayor does.
So
Okay.
our voice is not
That's
being
why
heard.
we have backup here.
So
Thank God, this
Yeah,
gentleman
okay,
films.
okay.
Okay.
So, I would like to speak to my representative, Harry. Harry, as one of your people from your area, I would like this fixed. Fixed. Speak to the mayor. You're still here, I'm still here. So, your voice, our voice don't count? I want an answer.
Absolutely, I'll speak to him about it.
Thank you. Because it's not, everybody's here. He decided to leave. He's getting that extra paycheck, so come on, let's use it. Now, that's that. Just back and forth with the attorney. I was here the other day handling some paperwork. I actually saw him early in the morning. When I see I have a conflict that I cannot get everybody in the same party together, I get somebody that could help me bring them in. Maybe get that second attorney to help you get that in. Because before, there was somebody that used to sit in that seat that we all know. I can't pronounce his name very well. Very tall, big man. McGogan, my fucking kid. He was able to work a little bit better with them. I'm not saying, but everybody can see the little differences.
You know that Greg McGuff is still the director of law?
Yes. But once again, what I'm saying is, he is the boss, but you are the face that is representing him right here, right now, and representing all of them. And if they feel like they're not getting their fair share, try to get something in there to help. Because look,
We should hire another, you're saying we should hire another attorney illegally because they...
not illegally, because if we're all on board and you can make this happen, it can happen. Because that's what you're there, to make sure that whatever they're going to be doing, you are corrected to make it legal.
Are you okay, taxpayer?
Are you okay with taxpayer resources being spent every time they have an itch that they don't trust the mayor with what he's saying, that we need to hire a second professional
All
authority
right,
here?
thank you, counsel.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I don't think so, it's the law says.
Thank you. What else, Carlos?
The other thing is, if the mayor's not here for the end of the meeting, he should not be here for the beginning of the meeting. No buts in that meeting, sir. No buts in there. Because what happened is, what I'm learning from all this, and I'm sorry guys, I was nobody a few months ago when I started coming here. I've been collecting and friends, and I've been speaking to everybody, because I saw how everybody get elected here. But I'm an old school way. I knock on doors, and I get to know everyone in my town. And I'm getting to know everyone. And the elections are coming very fast, guys. Believe it or not. We're already half through the year, and we just begun. So imagine what's going to happen. Let's stop playing. Now, another thing that I'm very into is the cannabis. I'm sorry to bring it up. We need money for the police department. We need money for our school. It was 420, guys, this week. I'm involved in this cannabis the legit way, and there was a lot of chunk of change that went to the right departments in town to help towns that are in need, like us. Now, one thing that I've been speaking about was all this illegal cannabis that we were having in the regular store all around town. They actually, the prosecutor just did a big bust. Finally, all of them out. So, if we don't take advantage of it, guess what? The legal market is doing it, and it's just a big guy with a suit like you guys doing it and selling bad stuff to our community because it's not good, it's contaminated. So if we don't do it the right way, take that profit and that taxes to our advantage, guess what? You guys have the problem if not. So speaking up between all of you guys, let's get the cannabis going in town. It'll be the right thing.
All right, thank you, Carlos. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Stephen Leach, LEACH, 67.
Can you repeat that?
Speak into the mic and repeat your first and last name, yes, please. So you can take the mic out and hold it,
Hold up like that.
pull it out, or get closer.
Steve Leach, LEACH, 67 Cabot Street, Ward 2. We have an issue with a township parcel that's adjacent to our property. It's
See if we can hear you. Put it up.
Just get very close to the mic.
Just to your mouth. You have to hold it close to your mouth.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, Steve Leach, OACH, 67 Catter Street, Ward 2. We have an issue with the township parcel adjacent to our property. I think it's lot 109, block 29704. We've been having an issue for years with vehicle traffic parking on it. The municipal access plan deems it as a visual lot only. And several other lots on that plan, sort of the each plan show visual access only with barricades, signs, some type of enforcement. And there's nothing that, there was a barricade and a sign last year. The current administration removed the barricade and sign. And we'd like to know why this property is being singled out. And why
Has this
was-
been reported to the police department?
Yes, several times. The
And-
police had said to come here today to address this matter.
Okay, after the meeting, give your address to the clerk, and we'll look into it. We'll find out what's going on there.
Will you know? Because I've
Yeah.
emailed the ward representative, Clinton Bradley, a couple of times. I've emailed the business administrator. But I've emailed in the past, maybe not you directly, but I've been in talks with the township engineer, the mayor's office, and I've been given the runaround rather than purchasing the property.
Okay. All right. We're gonna- So, was it always a problem in the past, or just
Last 5
recently?
years of new neighbors moving in. And that's why this last administration put the barricade in the sign, but now this administration pulled it all down.
They pulled it down.
Yeah.
You sure it was the township,
He
or
said it came from the mayor's office.
who said?
Township Public Works Department official.
Oh, okay.
Because the township engineer, I think Ted Chahari, I've been speaking to, I think he's an inspector for the engineering department.
I don't
put
see
in
our
order-
engineer, he left.
He had put in order to put the sign back up at least, but then township sign official said we would not put the sign back up, so order came directly from that.
Well,
So we just want reasoning on why this property is being singled out.
Clint, you have the information.
I have the email.
But, since, you brought up that, our town is, there's many other things with code enforcement. It's just not you, it's on everything with home rentals.
Well, that's like what code enforcement told us.
Yeah.
It's strictly viewable only, no vehicles, no benches, no pedestrian traffic. And the problem is direct neighbors across from that property use it as a parking lot for access vehicles.
Okay.
Our main problem is we have a boat directly parked behind that and we get damage to our boat and jet skis and the rocks can't get back after. So who's paying the damage to our property? Do we have to keep paying the damage to have the boat leak off and painted and have custom jet skis that are $20,000, $30,000?
Well, your councilman, he'll get on it, and then we'll talk, and we'll find out the reasons behind it. Unless the business administrator has anything to add to this. Mr. Chabot?
No, I was just actually going through the details. But
Can you talk into the microphone, please? Do you have any knowledge of this?
not specifically, but when it comes to the sale of real property, municipal property, it has to go to public auction. Highest bidder.
So you're saying this property was sold?
No, if we were to sell it, it has to go to public auction.
No, he's not talking about that. He's
No,
talking
I
about
was addressing the possibility first.
Yeah.
And I talked to Drew and the mayor last May.
No, but he's talking about the
Just enforce.
parking, enforcing the rules
No,
and the
that's
signs.
not-
Why were they taken down?
Obviously, that was before I was
Okay,
in this
all
role,
right,
so I'll look into it.
all right then. Thank you. Yeah, just give them your name and address. And your cell number would be good too. And then we can get that. Good evening.
Good evening, I don't have to take the mic off. Actually, my question was for the mayor.
First,
Oh, I'm
hold on,
sorry.
sir.
My name is Robert Silva. I live on Monitor Drive in the Snug Harbor section of Tom's River.
Thank you.
Okay. Actually, my question was to the mayor, but he's since gone, so apparently he doesn't want to listen to his constituents. So I'm going to bring it up to you. This town has an ordinance that I found buried in your ordinances that talks about garbage cans in front of your house. My street in my neighborhood looks like an urban zone with all the garbage cans that are left in front of the house. I have one neighbor that decided to put a pad out in front of his house for garbage cans. Now, I'm not paying a hell of a lot of taxes, so to speak, but I don't have to be turning around and looking at garbage cans. The guy across the street from me, his garbage can's been out for 3 years. He's got a basketball hoop that's broken that's laying in the front of his house. My other one has a neighborhood that looks like Cosmo's junkyard.
So, sir, you're saying that they don't bring the rowboat cans
No, they don't
back
bring
in?
cans
They
in.
just leave them out?
Yeah.
They
The
leave them on
ordinance
the
says the
street?
can has to be behind the property line, the house line. They leave them out in front. Now, I can see during the winter, the snow beat us up, but now summer's coming, I don't want to have to look at garbage cans all the time when I go in there. I'm an organized person who likes things organized, looking neat, bring up the value of my house. That's the first thing. When I went to the town, they said, oh, we can't do anything about that. We're too busy. We're always going someplace. What, for a Wawa? Because that's where I find them. The other hand is, at every street corner, I see a sign that says, I'll buy your house, I'll buy your car, I'll put mulch out. What else? Oh, we can educate your child, daycare, we'll power wash your house. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
It's starting to look like Newark. No offense to Newark, but that's what it looks like. There was one corner, there was so many signs, it blocked the fire hydrant. You don't have code for that?
Yes, we do.
Then why isn't it being enforced?
Because
Mr. Mayor? Oh, he's not here, I'm sorry.
we don't have code enforcement anymore, in my opinion.
You know what? You get somebody to pick the signs up, you call them up, tell them to meet me at such and such an address, write a ticket for every sign you find. And that's the way it should be done. I'm not letting these people skate along and make this town look like a dump. Is that big? No, that's not big. That's what has to be done. That's what you're here for, to protect all these people from their property values going down. And making it a better place to live, not a worse place to live, not allowing things to go on that's crazy. Some of these places I see people, well, that's another story about pools and yards. You know, that's what you got a code saying that how a pool's supposed to be, but by trying to sue you, you'll let them build the pool. And then the next thing, the bulkhead blows out. That's another story. I'm concerned about the signs and enforcement of garbage cans. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming today. Yes, sir.
Mr. Coco, retired code enforcement official. Joe Coco, retired code enforcement. Sir, excuse me. Sir.
What do I do?
Can I respond to him?
Well, you should talk to him after.
No, I think we should, do it.
All right, go ahead.
It's okay. As far as signs and everything?
So, sir, so he's a retired code enforcer from Tom's River from years ago. So, okay, pick it up. Go ahead, John.
All right. Signs are terrible in town.
Oh, they're brutal.
Okay. But again, have you called any of these into either the code enforcement or the zoning office?
Yes, you know what the answer is? We are so busy, we're running from one call to another call. And my answer was to them, so if a police officer was going to cat up a tree and he saw a bank robbery, he can't stop and do something about a bank robbery, he has to go get the cat up the tree, and they went, duh.
All right.
So cat, and then you did the same thing with garbage bills?
Oh, that was my big complaint. I gave them how to fix it. I met with the previous mayor, sat down with him and the township manager. I said, you know what you do? We're known for hiring our children. Give them a computer, walk up and down the streets, and every time you catch somebody with a garbage can out in front of the house, you slap a sticker on it across, tell them it's a violation, and you mark it in your computer. Then, 2 weeks later, you go back down the same street. If there's a garbage can in front of that house, bada bing, you get a ticket.
My suggestion, all right, call it tomorrow morning, call some of these in, jot them down, write them down so they're on record, and also.
But Joe, nothing happens, okay, that's the point, nothing happens.
That's what.
Okay, you heard the young lady before saying, for an Oprah request, she's been waiting over 7 months, it should take 7 days. What do you suggest? Phone call in? Do it? Okay?
Tell him right now, he's here, he said
He hears.
He hears. Okay?
Okay. Your next question, please?
Can you do?
Your next question, please?
The signs, so Stan took over 200 signs like 2 weeks ago, sorted them all out, sending letters to the owners to pick up the remaining signs, and if not, they're going to be fined. Already something we're working on.
What else?
You couldn't tell that on Fisher Boulevard.
Okay.
Where they're bigger than you.
Do you have another comment?
What I'm trying to do is bring it out because, yes, it's a problem, and it's a problem that we don't have enough code enforcement folks.
There's only one way to solve the problem. One way, okay? All right. And I hope everybody knows that. Okay. Anything else?
We also, we definitely make the calls, put them in there, put them on record.
Okay, thank you.
You know, I've been on both ends of it. I've been on both ends of what goes on here, but I've also been on both ends of with code enforcement.
Okay.
And Public Works, call Public Works if it's cans also. Public Works has their own
But
enforcement.
it's just not one sign. It's thousands of them.
I agree.
It's thousands.
I agree, but again, if we don't continue to put it out there, put it out with the mayor, the council, I know. I don't, you guys know what's going on. But just to continue to put it in.
Okay.
Okay?
Any other comments?
Mayor's not
please?
here. He's here.
Sorry.
He's here in it. So you take it in the past.
Okay. Thank you.
But again, I want to make sure that the town people know exactly how to do it, where to do it, and what to do.
Okay, thank you. State your first name and last name for the record, please.
Todd Plasma, Orchid Beach. Last year, the mayor had talked about how the heads of the department, that they came to these meetings, that they had to get paid overtime and all that stuff. Now, having been a teacher, if I had to do something at night, that was part of my contract. So I don't know if something should be written in the contract, like if you go to a town council meeting for an hour, you get an hour's comp time. I don't know if you can do that. But last year, I questioned Justin Lamb and said, why are we paying, because he's talking about paying this overtime, why are we paying for 2 lawyers? Because at that time, it was Pascarella and McGuffin would be here. And Justin said, oh, we've always had 2 lawyers here. And I'm like, no, we didn't. So I'm looking now that there's only, I'm talking about here at a council meeting. I'm not talking about in your office.
Okay.
But here at a council meeting, why, last year, Justin said we have to have 2 here, but this year we only have 1 here.
We're saying,
Mr.
listen.
Duffy's stretched.
Okay, listen. I know, but just saying, respect the chair. You don't have to respect me to say, the chairman, I have something to say, please.
Council President, I have to say.
Go ahead.
Mr. McDuffin has been stretched very thin to suggest his partner, Spring.
Closer to the mic, please.
As you may or may not know, Mr. McDuffin has a relatively small firm with a lot of clients, and his partner recently unexpectedly passed away. He's been stretched rather thin since then.
But I believe he's been going to the Jackson Town Council meetings.
Because we have an in-house attorney, they don't, I believe it, I don't think they have.
Okay. But I'm just questioning because can the contracts be written saying if you come for an hour, you get an hour's comp time or whatever? Because as I said, as a teacher, if I had to show up at night for a meeting or whatever, that was part of my contract. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Julie Adamant, I think the gentleman about the robo-cans might be out of the room right now, but I just want to comment about this. I would recommend that anybody listening, anybody in this room, we do have code enforcement. It is a small staff compared to what we had before. We definitely need more code enforcement. However, the way to get it done is to take a picture of the address of whatever the issue is, whether it's overgrown grass, whatever the issue, robo-cans, and there is a specific policy for ordinance for robo-cans. They are allowed to be put out at the street at a certain time, and they have to be brought in at a certain time. And so if the resident is not complying with that, then that would be a violation, but the code enforcement office has to be notified. So I would recommend anybody that wants to file anything with code enforcement that they take a picture of the situation and that they email the department. This way there's documentation that they can retain. And if necessary, they just keep coming back and back and back to the council meetings until people get tired of hearing about it, and that's what I do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Sakozy. Chris Raymond, I live on Flag Street. I would say through you to the town attorney, you're not here to be a cheerleader, you're here to represent everybody. And just sitting in the back, sir, with all due respect, you're not doing it. A couple concerns I have is that there's 2 officers here tonight, which means there's 2 less officers on the road. Mr. Roderick speaks about all this extra money we have. Sure, you'll have extra money when you cut 21 officers over, what, the last 2 years? And then you have these 2 guys off the road, so do the math. There's less officers working right now. I would ask you to find out, will there be an ambulance assigned to Ortley Beach and Ocean Beach like it was up until last year? I have relatives on 6th, Devereaux, and Fort Avenue. They need to know that there'll be an ambulance. They're elderly people. That's a concern. Will they get help? The public safety in this town is gone for now. Mr. Roderick speaks about, and I think it was last year, he talked about this town becoming something out of Baghdad. Nothing, or no offense towards the people of Baghdad, but the town is becoming to look like that because we don't have code enforcement. Go up and down Washington Street, Mr. Sakozy, our ward. It looks terrible. There's 3 homes boarded up, 1 that had a fire last year, and I have, like the lady said, I've sent photos to the township, nothing gets done. It is, I'm not going to use the words, but the town is not being kept, it's not being cleaned, and I think we're in for some worse days with the way he's cutting the budget for public safety. People won't care until they don't get an officer at their house, so they don't get an ambulance at their house, and then maybe they'll care. Sure, we'll cut the taxes, at what cost? So people can listen to, I guess the mayor talk about fireworks and kayaks and water parks. That's not going to matter when somebody needs help, so I can assure you. And I think the last thing I would tell you is that I've been in touch with 2 mayors of large cities. One is Brick and one's Lakewood. They don't have cars, Mr. Sakozy. They have them in town. They're not going to Irvington. They're not going to Cherry Hill. So we talk about saving money. The mayor is spending my tax dollars for his job up in Irvington. So he wants to talk about the MUA. One has nothing to do with the other. And I thank you for the orderly meeting and your conviction, because you do need an attorney to guide this, I guess, so-called ship right now. So I wish you well, but this is the best meeting so far, really.
I just want to have a follow-up
Yes, sir.
toward you. Councilman Biagini, Ward 1, and I, after the grand opening of the Little League in Toms River, we went to Ortley Beach for the Homeowners Association. And I think, is Pat still here? Yeah, there she is. And what a group of people. I was so blessed to be invited to tag along, and we were there for a couple hours. But they also brought up the police department. They don't have that liaison, that block watch, that officer anymore. And they terribly missed that. And they brought up how the mayor said, well, I pulled him away because it was the primary and I didn't want it to be political, and he would go back, but he never did. So
You're talking about Lieutenant Bachonsky, who did a great job, by the way.
yes,
100%.
all our men and women in our police department do a great job.
They do. And you're the BA?
Yes, sir.
When is the township hiring police officers?
We're doing background checks right now.
So I've heard this the last year and a half.
Chris, you're a critical hack.
Oh, okay.
Is that what I am?
All right,
You're a
Chris.
township employee.
Okay. All right, gentlemen.
Answer the question. When are you going to hire police
As soon
officers?
as their background checks are complete, Chris.
It's the same answer the last year and a
All
half.
right, Chris, direct your questions to me.
For the record, you just called Mr. DeHagen a thief. I want that put on the record, okay? Keep running your mouth.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Piscopo.
You're welcome.
Other than this individual, a very good meeting.
All right, thank you, sir.
Very good.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm Maureen Grabowski. I live at 1598 Springfield Drive, Toms River. I wanted to say that I called the engineer of the town from the lights that haven't been on for a long time. And they came within 2 weeks and on a Sunday. It was very nice. Now I have light. I mean, it was really so black. Well, anyway, then I had a knee surgery last fall, so I couldn't do my leaves. I must have had 60 bags out there. And the town wasn't going to come because they said I had to separate the brush from the leaves. Very hard to do, you know. But anyway, thank God they took them, but next year I got to do this. And so I'm just thankful because otherwise...
I'm sorry, I don't know what ward you're in. I should know.
Oh, yours.
Ward 4. Pardon me. I had a feeling, that's why I asked.
No, the other thing is that I want to know about the Faulkner Act. There's 4 different ones. One's the Faulkner Act for the council manager, mayor council administrator, and small municipality. Which one are we?
I'll direct that to the
Mayor
attorney.
Council.
Mayor?
Mayor Council.
And then if we don't like any of those 4, we could go to the Walsh Act. What is that? In 1923, the municipal management law had 4 forms of municipal charter law called the Faulkner Act.
Are you suggesting changing the form of government?
No, I think I would like to attend the Faulkner because I want knowledge too. Knowledge is power. And these men don't have what the mayor has. I don't know why. He's just not alone, ruling like a king, you know.
But don't worry about your time, but was it the November or December meeting that was proposed that an ordinance that the mayor would have more power than what he had now? And thank God that we had the votes to deny that, or we would have been in really big trouble.
Actually, can I speak to that?
See, I came from
Okay,
a
yes.
town, and we had a borough mayor. And so like I took a complaint to him once, and he says, talk to everybody else, but not to me.
Okay, so
So
he
it was
wants to, you want to chime in on what I said, or what she
What you
said?
said, those ordinances were more to conform our township code to state statute. Because sometimes the state code can get out of line with state statute. We're just trying to eliminate confusion. But
All right, it's a difference of opinion again. All right, proceed, please.
Okay, so then I wanted to tell you about what's going on with Brick is very concerned about their water. They have a meeting tonight, a public hearing, because of this company that's going to want to expand their asphalt, and it might get into their water. It's called Star Valley. I don't know, I and Stavola. Did you ever hear it? Well, yeah, and, well, that's, I'm concerned about, well, today is Earth Day. So about all, like this AI facility, what if they change the, that, what we have over there in the fields? What if they all of a sudden put an AI there, and they do that to us at the, yeah, but because they're screwing with people and they're moving in without people's knowledge, and they're taking over water and air. People are going to ERs in different facilities like Maine and other places, and I'm just wondering if it could happen to us. It's called IA Data Center Resistance. Maine has one. It's a moratorium the governor put on to, because right now they don't have any environmental restrictions. So I was just wondering in the future what you guys are going to do. And I hope that the mayor utilizes all you professionals, and not just relies on yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Paul Williams, Wall Street Comfort. First, I want to thank the council members, Councilman Scosi, Councilman Nyson, Councilman Piacini, Councilman Bradley, Councilman Coleman, for showing up at the Tom Creek Little League opening day a few years ago. I appreciated seeing every one of you there. You've represented the township well. It was good to see you all there. But also, the mayor was there. And I have no congratulations or appreciation for him for that. And Dan Roderick has been an elected official since 2017. And in all the years, he's been invited, and he never has appeared at any, let alone the opening day for the Little League, ever. However, he did show up the other day. But he also brought a videographer. And it wasn't just some videographer. It happened to be a gentleman, it was Mr. Dingser on our zoning board, I believe, or planning board zoning board, with this video camera. And not only did he videotape, but he also obstructed the view of everyone else there as he stood about maybe 10 feet away from the young lady who the mayor was giving accolades for singing very, very well. It was interesting to me this evening to hear the mayor talk about how she's going to be here. Because afterwards, and I saw the video, I sent the mayor some personal sentiments about how I felt about him showing up with a videographer and who also was discourteous to everyone else that was there by standing in the way. And what I gleaned from that was that the mayor is in full-on campaign mode. Full-on campaign mode. He's running for re-election. He announced his election about a month ago, and that's where he's at. And tonight was the first time I didn't hear him talk a lot out of place. Instead, it's an across-the-room kind of puppeteer game going on. He happens to have Mr. Penny as his mouthpiece now. Okay? And I got to tell you, as an attorney who is the assistant township attorney, who sits here and doesn't give this council legal advice, instead publicly criticizes the majority of this council on some of its, and he's sitting there with his doofy bobblehead, exemplifying the unprofessionalism, the childishness of him, exemplifying the petulant child behavior that usually sits over here. No wonder they are so attached at the hip. It's no wonder. But I applaud you and I encourage you to keep going and attempting to get another piece of advice, since we're stuck with him for whatever reason. I don't know why Mr. McGuckin is here. Because even though Mr. McGuckin and I are adversaries in some litigation, I respect Mr. McGuckin, I respect his knowledge, I respect his decorum. I have no respect for Mr. Penny, none whatsoever. He's a disgrace. He has lied to this council. He has.
Didn't you lie to this council?
And here he is again.
Didn't you lie to this council?
And here he is again, demonstrating the similarities of the petulant childishness, because he even said it this evening, when someone said about calling names, and he sits back and says, well, don't they call me names? Grow a set, dude, and grow up. Really. To this council, however, and to the council president, please continue to do what you do. I believe personally you're on the right track in attempting to get another attorney that's going to represent the interests of this council and not so much the interests of this mayor. Because no matter what he says out of his face about how he's here to represent the town, he's not. He's here to give advice to this council, to this governing body. That's what he's supposed to be doing. And for him to sit here on this dais amongst you and publicly criticize you, it's disgusting. And there's no good reason for you to trust the advice that you get from him. None. So please keep going, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We'll have a good night.
You got my vote.
Is there any other public comment or questions for us this evening? Okay. I need a motion.
Motion to close. Second. Motion to close public comment was made by Councilman Iverson, seconded by Councilman Bradley. All in favor?
Do a roll call.
Okay. Council Vice President Iverson to close public comment.
Yes.
Councilman Bradley? Yes. Councilman Bianchini?
Yes.
Council President Scosi?
Yes.
Councilman Coleman?
Yes.
Councilman Tabor?
Yes.
And Councilwoman O'Toole?
No response.
Moving on to elected officials' comment.
Yes.
Well, I really appreciate what Mark Cutter brought to the table. I don't like guns myself, and alcohol and guns is just a bad mix. So I think we should revisit that whole zoning issue and maybe get that gun range moved off that premises completely, because there's no way out of that. There's no way out of that. The attorney and the mayor are definitely afraid of us bringing in a more knowledgeable attorney. It's like, you know, if you're the lead pitcher on a high school baseball team and there's a better pitcher coming up, you get nervous. So that's obvious. He called me a liar tonight. He was representing me. He's shaking his head. Look at him. There you go. So how can I ever trust someone like that? How can I ever trust the mayor who's trying to publicly humiliate all of us in the newspapers, online, with taxpayers' money? So it's very difficult up here, but we appreciate everyone out there because we work for you. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Ray, would you like to go next, please?
Oh, yeah. I was hoping Mr. Brilliant would have been here this evening. Had some information about that threat that he said I told against
Please. Thank
his
you.
family and his business. I contacted my supervisor at work, and they escalated it up to the main board up there. I work for a very large company, and they're looking into it, and I should have some information on it soon. And I filed a police report on it at the following day or the day after. But you know, we're gonna have some information on it. Who's pulled my work email and started posting threats. It's all false, and I'll have the proof for it. Everybody, probably within a week, probably by the next meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you for bringing that up. Thank you, Councilman. Mr. Coleman, would you like to go next, please? Councilman Coleman.
Unfortunately, Julie, you don't know what you're talking about, and I'll tell you why. And I've been very calm listening to you before, and unfortunately, a lot of things you say are not accurate, but let's not even go there. But the one thing that does bother me, the one thing that really bothered me, you said, I use the car for public use. Absolutely, no, personal use, I'm sorry, personal use. Absolutely 110% incorrect. The only time I use the car is for doing ribbon cutting, promoting Tom's River businesses. They're always happy to see me there. I usually put in anywhere from 2 to 2.5 hours for each ribbon cutting, never asking anything in return. I'm happy to meet with new business owners and tell them they're so happy that they're opening their business in Tom's River. The rest of the time, that car sits in my driveway and you can come by and check any day. And matter of fact, often, if I have to run an errand for myself in conjunction with a ribbon cutting, I take my own car because I don't want to be accused that I'm using the town car for personal use. I've used exactly 2 tankfuls of gas in 2 years. So I'm really pleased to promote Tom's River businesses, and that's the only thing that car is used for, and come by my house and check. You'll see it's in the driveway 90% of the time. And if you'd like to see me, I've got another ribbon coming up very soon. And by the way, guess how many other people from this dais come to visit and support ribbon cuttings and the businesses? Only Council President Jacosi has been there a couple of times. I've done about 25 of them. And again, I'm very proud to promote Tom's River and Tom's River businesses. And that's the only thing I use that car for. So don't tell me I use it for personal use. That is absolutely 110% false. Only for Tom's River business and primarily for ribbon cutting. And that's it. So I'm sorry, Julie, you are wrong. Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Bradley.
Good evening, everybody. Just wanted to say thank you to Drew and the DPW for going to get cleaned up along Yellow Bank by the pond there. It was pretty bad. A resident let me know. Sent the email out, pictures. They're going to go out and fix that. And to the gentleman from 67 Caddis, I will look into that for you. I will not forget about that. I have your email, I have all the pictures, and I will work with the rest of my councilmen up here to get that rectified. And everyone get home safely. And be safe out there. It's starting to get warm. People get a little bit crazy when they drive.
Councilman Bianchini.
I want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. It seemed like that we're moving forward in the right direction. I will say, Mr. Coleman, I appreciate you only using that vehicle for ribbon cuttings and stuff. You said you only filled up 2 tankfuls in the last 2 years, which is great. But I think that vehicle would be better utilized if someone that was working for the town possibly. I don't think anybody on council should be getting a township vehicle. I mean, if one gets it, everybody should get it. We don't want to start going down it. And I'm not saying that you use it anything illegal. I'm just saying you lead by example. I mean, it goes from the mayor on down. I'm not saying, that things don't need to be changed. If it was like that, we need to fix it. The bottom line is, no township vehicles for us. We don't get compensated for fuel. I do a lot of things on weekends, nights. I don't get any money. I don't care about it. I do it because I work for the public. I work for the community, and I'm proud of it. So I want to thank you all for coming out. Be safe, and luckily in another month or so, we'll get some nice weather, and we'll be able to enjoy the weather outside. But thank you.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to finish up. It was a good night tonight. We had a little bumps here and there, but going forward, our agenda meetings are getting much better. They've been civil the last couple meetings, some humor in it, and we do have talented people still left in the town hall, and I'm in town hall, the minimum of 3 times a week, just to pop in, see if there's anything there, sign some stuff, take care of this, and everyone is working. So we all have our opinions, but going forward, Drew has been helping me, and also the attorney, okay? So there's a lot of trust issues, but going forward, I'm praying that it continues on this path. And with the code enforcement, we do have a big problem. And to me, the biggest problem in Toms River right now is not the affordable housing issue. It's the rental issue. It's the rental issue. My neighborhood off Brookside Drive up on Ocean View has changed in the last 2-3 years. I mean, we have 8-10 cars in one driveway. We don't have one robo-can and one recycling can. We have 3 or 4 robo-cans and 2 or 3 recycling cans in front of these homes. And it's putting pressure on our school system, everything from A to Z. So we want to tackle that down the road, and we can't do it without you. And everybody says it. Really, thank you for coming to these meetings tonight. And you got to do it. And it was a privilege to be in Ortley Beach this past Saturday with the association, and I hope Councilman Bianchini invites me again when the next one comes up. And I'm not a tech guy, so I don't check my township emails previously, and now I'm on the phone and I'm checking. But to get to the ribbon cutting, we were completely frozen out of these. We had to hear secondary that there was a grand opening, or the pictures or the river companies, and that's the reason why I didn't show up or others didn't show up. But going forward, if I can make it, I will do more. But I need a phone call or a text to get there. So God bless everybody. God bless Toms River, and good night. Thank you. Thank you.
We need a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none.